Pretty similar ensemble. I basically invited everybody back from the first record. So I have Anwar Marshall on drums, Madison Rast on bass. That's my like trio configuration, kind of my home base with those dudes. And I have John Swana playing Evie again, and I have Ben Karp on guitar. And the only new addition is actually a tenor player who I've been friends with for years, and we've kind of lately started working together a little bit more. I've been playing in his band, and I've been trying to get him up to Philly too. His name's Elijah Balbed, so he plays on a couple tracks. But yeah, I really liked what came out of that first record, and we've been playing enough together over the past couple of years that it felt like it was the right configuration to do again. One thing that made the first project important, but also kind of particularly difficult from a business standpoint, is that I released it during like the kind of the doldrums of the pandemic, and the inspiration for finishing that up, I think, really came from just feeling like I was sitting on the product for too long, sitting on songs that I loved, but maybe I'd kind of been growing forward from. So I think I released it in February of 2021, and at that point there weren't even any live shows happening. I think I did a CD release at Chris's, an album release, but I don't even think we had a live audience yet. We were still kind of in that period. So nevertheless, I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that I kind of put it out into the world, because for me at that point I had recorded some of that music as far back as maybe the spring of 2019, so it just felt like I needed to put it out into the world and kind of move forward. But yeah, so now, things are kind of back open, which we're all very grateful for. I'm excited that this release is coming up at Chris's in October, and just I think from a business side of things and from kind of a marketing perspective, I'm hoping that I can gain a little bit of traction, not only with the having a live audience present, but also hoping to kind of have my music heard on a little bit of a wider scale. Yeah, that's going to be on October 22nd. It's a Saturday night at Chris's. I've got the whole band from the record, so it's going to be all my Philly guys, and Elijah is going to be joining us in town as well. And that's going to be part of a short little streak we're going to do. We're playing at a friend's college in West Virginia. We're going to do a performance there, and then make our way to Pittsburgh and play at a wonderful club out there called Con Alma that I've been playing at a bit. And then we'll kind of cap it off with Chris's as the Keystone on Saturday, October 22nd. Teaching has been a huge part of my life since I was pretty young. I think I started giving, private lessons here and there, maybe at the beginning of high school to, younger peers and people who found out that I played. And then kind of working on building a private studio through college, and then eventually getting hired at Temple and at University of the Arts. I've found that from teaching, I've really only become a stronger musician, as well as kind of a stronger educator. And I think that sometimes those skills are kind of held in separate hands, and I really don't think that has been my experience of teaching. All of my greatest teachers have been performing musicians, and they've also been dedicated educators. That hasn't been something that's kind of on the side for them. I think that's been something that's a primary to how they understand, like, being a musician, being a jazz musician is, kind of mentoring, being able to give back, being able to learn from your students, being able to evolve as music evolves over time. So yeah, I mean, having the opportunity to play as a sideman, as a pianist, is kind of invaluable. Obviously, there's lots of different sidemen, but for rhythm section players in particular, we have a lot of opportunities to back people up. And, from college on, getting to play with my mentors, getting to play with Terell Stafford, who's the director of the program here, getting to work a lot downtown at Chris's, backing up people coming into town. I'm there, once every month or two with, whoever's coming down from New York, and kind of getting to see different perspectives, maybe not just the Philadelphia perspective, which, I'm obviously is near and dear to my heart, but kind of getting to see how the scene works in other places, getting to travel to DC and Baltimore and New York, has been a great learning experience for me. Learning other people's music, it's a huge part of growing. Yeah, the Jazz Jam, that's actually an evening thing. No, that's all right. Yeah, at 8 p.m. to midnight we play. That's been going for longer than my tenure, but I think I've been running that session now for 8 or 9 years, and that's just been a really cool opportunity for me to just be a part of the community on a weekly basis, get to invite people who may be new to the city, who may be visiting the city, musicians or not, say, hey, come by time on a Sunday night There's a lot of special things that happen at that club in general, even outside of Sundays. They've just got some of the most amazing music the city has to offer 7 nights a week, all kind of different genres. And Sundays specifically having that, kind of as a jam session, it can go any kind of which way, but it's been really cool to see students come out, tourists come out, regulars come out. And for me, it's just another way to kind of stay connected to the community. Yeah, I'll definitely have, by the 22nd, probably either that Friday or Saturday, I'll be releasing the record digitally. So that can be streamed anywhere that you stream music. I'll also be selling it digitally on Bandcamp, which, if people haven't heard, is one of the better ways that you can support artists in a digital platform. More of the proceeds go directly to us. So I'd encourage anyone who's interested to buy the record there. And then I will be probably also doing limited edition pressing on CD and possibly vinyl as well.
And I guess the big question is, will you have that limited edition CD and vinyl the 22nd at Chris's?
That is my hope, that I will have at least the CD on the 22nd at Chris's. Yes.